Hey guys, so ignore the bloodshot eyes, allergies are really me this season. So yeah, today's video is very exciting because I placed an order with Colourpop. I actually placed 2 orders because when I placed one, then they had a restock and I was like, oh, let me get the stuff that I actually wanted to get as well. But today, trying out a few things. I bought a bunch of those £9 palettes. Like when I say a bunch, I mean 10 is a bunch, plus the Wild Nothings, but I'm not going to use the Wild Nothing palette today because I'm kind of feeling like doing a pastel look to match my pastel t-shirt. Anyway, Instagram and Twitter, follow me on there, main channel description and any affiliate links that you might want. And yeah, let's get into it. So I actually have they didn't have a few products. I'll let you know which ones were out of stock and then that's kind of where we'll go from there. So I have the Hydrating Hyaluronic Primer, which I haven't heard anything about. I heard a lot about the foundation, but just not a lot about the primer. I'm hoping it doesn't screw things up for me. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of like an orangey tint. It's got like a half gel, half cream consistency, which is nice. Oh my, that feels hydrating. I love the smell. Oh my god, I can't put my finger on what that smells like. Like a banana milkshake? Or banana sweets? Some kind of a sweet. Anyway, smells lovely. Oh my god, this is... Did I overestimate how pale I am? This is Pharaoh 5 warm, allegedly. We might have to warm this up. Actually, I think it just looks a lot whiter in the bottle. I'm just gonna use my big beauty blender. Just see how much. I mean, it's a little light, but the thing is, I actually don't mind foundation that's a little bit lighter. I prefer lighter than darker because with bronzer and blush and everything, sometimes you can match your foundation perfectly, and then once you start applying bronzer, blush and everything else, what ends up happening is your face is a lot darker than your neck. And I don't actually enjoy applying foundation to my neck because then all my clothes get dirty. So what I like to do is get a perfect match. Sometimes you get a perfect match and then it becomes not a perfect match. This is the first time in a long while where I've like bought a foundation that is a lot paler than I am. Matter of fact is I always pick in the lightest shade category. Like if it's like fair, light, medium, I always pick fair, but just pick warm. So this is weird that like this one is pretty light. So that just tells me that it's like a good shade range. It's not matte, but it's also not like super shiny or super oily. It's like that perfect in between. I am going to use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye concealer because I don't have a concealer because they actually just were out of stock, I believe. Or I just didn't want a concealer. That could also be the case. And then I'm just using the rest of the concealer just to cover up things that the foundation didn't cover. But to be fair, this is like very good coverage. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure I don't have a powder and I don't have a bronzer, but I do have a blush. Though no bronzers were in stock. That was just kind of where we were at. What I'm going to do is just use my trusty Wilder from Glossier. And then what I'm going to do is take my Hourglass finishing powder in diffused light. Then I'm going to use my Physicians Formula butter bronzer and try to bronze this face up because I look like I'm dying. The foundation's still a little bit tacky and it gives me the icks to put powder products on top of wet foundation, which is why I'm tapping, because that gives me less of an ick. Let me just bronze up right here. I'm just gonna basically bronze everywhere and hope that that makes up for the fact that this is super pale. I feel like in person it looks a little bit less pale than on camera, but the camera seems to like always wash things out unless you have like a super professional camera with super professional lighting. Like it's just gonna wash you out. What I might do is do my summery vibes thing where I put bronzer all over my nose and kind of like down here into like a freckle formation. Oh yeah, that kind of helped this whole thing. And then I'll put it up on my forehead and up here and then up here, just leaving like this patch of light in the middle of my forehead. I would put it under here, usually just to balance out the colors on my face. I feel like I do less shaping and more just like looking where I'm missing some color, you know? Recently the Wild Nothing collection came out and I got one of the blushes because I thought it looked so cute. It's got little cacti. It's got little cacti on the packaging. I can't believe I got my first Colourpop stuff. This is exciting. I'm gonna take my favorite, my trusty e.l.f. blush brush. This is actually a highlighting brush, but you guys know that this is my favorite tapered beautiful blush brush. And this is the blush I got. It's in the shade Crossroads and it's just this beautiful like shimmery, shiny. You guys know I love shimmery blushes. That's like my thing. I'm not sure how pigmented Colourpop blushes are, but I like a lot of blush, so... Oh, this is that like nice shade of blush. I can't explain it. It's like it warmed up my face even more because it is kind of like a pinky brownie. These are, I'd say, just the right pigmentation. Like you can tap in a few times, tap it off, and then go in, and it blends super well. And I love the shimmer. I know people don't like shimmer in their blushes and bronzers because they say they don't like the specks of shimmer, but to me it like preps my cheeks for highlight, because then that highlight is all the way through, and I can then just kind of like place the highlight directly on top. I don't know, it kind of helps me blend blush, bronzer, and highlight. This is so pretty. I always put blush kind of in between my face color and bronzer because I think it helps to blend things out. And then on my nose, this is like a perfect blush shade for that like natural look because it literally just blends perfectly into my bronzer. I love the formula as well. This is fantastic. See, there's that sheen and everything blended super nicely, so I'm a big fan of these. Then I bought, as part of the pastel eyeshadows, they had this highlighter, which is huge. It's a Super Shock highlighter, and it's called Your Trip, which is that. It's like a pinky highlight, I believe. That's kind of what I went for. This is what it looks like. It's like a marbled effect. What that looks like, I'm going to take a fan brush. This is the Zoeva Luxe Fan 129. Ooh, this is nice. It's a perfect shade as well. It's not too icy. As you guys know, I don't like icy shades, but then non-icy shades tend to be too dark on me, so it's an issue. But this is a perfect in-between of like icy and goldy and champagne-y and natural, so I like that. I'm pretty sure this is like a face and body thing, that's why it's so huge. Tiny bit on my forehead, and my forehead is the test of highlighters because it's the most textured part of my face. But this looks super nice, super sheeny, not textured. I love this, and I think it was such a bargain considering how huge it is. Like, this could last you a lifetime, quite literally. But look at this sheen. It's such a big highlight that I actually need to put it with my highlight palettes rather than like single highlights. So obviously they didn't have eyeshadow primers. That's not something that Colourpop sells. But I'm just gonna use my MAC Paint Pot because that's what I know works with most eyeshadows. So I'm trying to give this a fair shot. Put that inside the inner corner. I feel like sometimes I forget to like drag it right in there. I have a brow pencil in the shade Taupe. They had many different pencils on there. I couldn't tell the difference between them, if that makes sense. Like I think there were two different types, but I'm not sure. I just grabbed whatever I thought was going to look good. So this is one of those like skinny pencils, kind of like a Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Okay, this is the perfect shade for me. And it's a perfect stiffness as well, where it's not super like wet or soft, but it's also not too hard. But I prefer a harder brow pencil than a softer one. It's, for example, like Hourglass pencil is so soft that one, a piece of it snapped off, and two, I used it up so quickly, and it wasn't cheap, you know, considering it is Hourglass. So I like these harder pencils because you can do kind of a softer brow look, which I kind of enjoy. See, like this just looks like, oh, my eyebrows just like that pretty, and it creates also a sharper line. I think the softer a pencil is, the more like almost blurred your eyebrows are. It's almost like someone went in on Facetune and just like blurred out your eyebrows. Don't have an eyebrow gel, but I do like putting eyebrow gels on, so I'll just use my Boy Brow. I might be repurchasing this pencil. Of all the pencils I've tried, I remember in my current favorites video I said every brow pencil is the same, it doesn't really matter which one you buy. I'm definitely not going to buy the Hourglass one because I refuse to pay like £30 for something that's going to finish so quickly. The Fenty one's fine, but also it is more expensive than this one. The Anastasia Beverly Hills one is probably more expensive than this one. This one, I haven't had brows this pretty in a while. And I mean, Colourpop's the cheapest out of all the brands that I just named. I have such runny eyes and runny nose because of allergies that it's just insane. So I have my base down. I've picked for today 2 different palettes because I think they're in the same like color family. I mainly want to focus on the Inner Trance palette, which is one of the pastel trio that came out, and it's this beautiful thing. You guys know this just screams my name. I love it so much. Also, and there's this weird like putty shade here, moves around. It's literally, but then I also have the Lilac Hue a Lot, just in case I need like an extra something, but I'll see what I want to do with the Inner Trance palette. I might actually, I've been really feeling like a bluey purpley vibe, like blue maybe with this and a little bit of the glitter shade. Okay, I have a brush. It's already got a little bit of blue on it, but that's because it's not like an actual shade, it's just stained. I'm gonna go into Future Self, which is the light one, and then deepen it up with this one, and then I'll see if I want to do a bit of like purple maybe. Let me see how these perform. okay. This is definitely like a pastel shade. It looks a little bit white in the camera, but it's not. It's blue, I promise. I'm gonna drag this up, kind of further up into my crease, kind of up above my crease, kind of. I mean, for a pastel shade, it's coming out. Now that I've kind of blended all of this out, I'm grabbing this one. Once again, this is just stained. There's nothing on there, but I'm going to grab some more of Future Self and literally just swing this around, because it is light enough where it won't make a mess. Then I'm gonna go into this called Transcend Dance. It's just like a darker shade, and I'm gonna put that all in the outer corner. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm actually not sure what direction I'm taking this look in. I'm just kind of going and just seeing where I'll end up. And you guys are going on that journey with me. So I'm just gonna put it through the crease just to darken things up. My eyes are already red. The thing is, when it's allergy season, what I find happens is if I'm doing my makeup and I'm doing my eyeshadow, if any powder gets into my eye, which is kind of like you can't avoid it, I just, like, they're so dry already that my eyes just get super red. So I really shouldn't be doing makeup during allergy season, but what can you do when you're obsessed with makeup? Okay, I'll blend this out. Do I want something a little bit darker here? Because I'm kind of feeling like darkening this up. So I'm going into the Blue Moon, which is more of these shades. So I'm gonna take the same brush I've been working with and go into, I kind of like the Dabba D, like this jean denim looking shade. That could be a vibe, right? Like I've set down the blue base. I kind of feel like now it'll be easier to blend like a darker blue into this, which is why I like starting with more soft shades, because I feel like with me, if I start out super dark, there's just no way that that's going to blend into my skin. Like, just, it's not. Look how red my eyes are. That's insanity. Okay, I'm dying. Okay, I'm going to go into Dabba D, which is this shade here. And I'm going to take that on this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's actually from Morphe. It's M433. I know, shocking. It's actually not great quality, but it's a good shape. So, you know. And I'll put it in the outer corner and then drag that in. My eyes are so bloodshot, they actually sting me. That's where we're at with life. So I'll actually just apply a little bit more and then see if I want to go into a deeper shade. I kind of want to create like a darker, my eyes are so red. I want to create a darker outer rim here because I do want to do a lighter glittery shade. I like to create like a darker border just to make the glitter stand out. These are blending like a dream. Like, quite frankly, I didn't really know what I was expecting, because it's kind of like, they're pretty affordable products. And, you know, sometimes with eyeshadows, when they're affordable, they're not the greatest thing in the world. I feel like you can buy many things in the drugstore, but eyeshadows are kind of difficult to get right, you know, with pigmentation and blendability and how long they stay on your eyes. You know, it's not easy. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew so many people were, you know, crazy about Colourpop. So I was like, let me give it a try. And instead of buying 1 or 2 palettes, I ended up buying like 10, which, not a healthy outlook on life, to be like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like these palettes, so let me just buy practically every single one. I think I literally have like most of the 9-pan palettes now. But I'm so glad, because now I can do a bunch of colourful looks for you guys. Okay, I love this. Okay, I'm kind of gonna do like a halo maybe. Now thinking about it, that could be a vibe. Okay, now I'm gonna take just a big fluffy blending brush and just go over the edges. I'm kind of feeling like putting like an in-between shade somewhere. I'm gonna take one of these bigger brushes-ish, but it's like smaller than the fluffy brush. This is the Sigma Soft Blend 30. And I'm gonna go into like starry-eyed, moonlight, I don't know. What vibes are we going for? Maybe starry-eyed, and just blend that right above kind of where we put down the darker shade, the like denim-ish shade. Okay, we're at like a good blue level. This is kind of the blue we're at. Let me just add a tiny smidge more of Dabba D, it's called. These shades are confusing me now. Just kind of tap it on in places to get back some of that depth. I want to maybe deepen it up a little bit. I know, crazy. But what I find with blue eyeshadows is that you kind of do need to deepen them up, because then they look a little bit better, a little bit more like they've got some shape to them, some dimension. So I'm gonna go into is Fine China, which is this shade at the bottom here, which I think perfectly kind of matches with that one. So I'm gonna take it on the Sigma Soft Blend 10, and I'm gonna just put that in the outer corner. Yeah, okay. That was such a weird noise coming out of me. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little bit more angled so that it kind of flicks out a little bit more, just to create that shape. It's not too crazy, and then once I add the glitter shade, it will lighten up again. So that's why you kind of need to go a little bit darker, so that then the glitter shade has something to like contrast with in a way. I can't believe I was gonna go into like this pinky vibe and now we're here. I haven't had eyeshadows this easy to work with in a while, mainly with like blues and, you know, purples and stuff. These are super easy to work with. I'm looking forward to trying out all the other monochromatic palettes from Colourpop. You know, I have the reds, the yellows, the oranges. I love this as like the base that we've created. I kind of want to cut off the look and make things look just a little organized, you know. So I'm going to take one of these small Eco Tool sponges, which are perfect for this. I'm going to go to my Charlotte Tilbury powder and literally just stamp it right there. And then try and copy that on the other side. This is where we're at. Then let's do maybe the glitter shade. I want to use the putty shade in the inner corner and brow bone. And then I want to use this glitter shade on the eyelid. I'm wondering how this swatches. I mean, it swatches like that. I like that. I'm hoping it doesn't fall out everywhere. I know that these are not eye safe glitters, but they're in an eyeshadow palette and I'm going to use them. Because the glitters are kind of, I guess, clear in a way, like they don't have much of a shade. They take on the shade of whatever is underneath them and they stick down pretty well. If you don't take on too much on your hand, you can kind of get like a good look going. This is what that looks like. Wow. I think I am in love with Colourpop. I'm gonna go into one of my favorite. This is the BH Cosmetics number 8. I'm not sure what it, you know, it's like a fat brush. Go back into Starry Eyed and kind of apply some of it right on the edge of that glitter shade, just to bring in back some of that blue. Then I'm gonna take Starry Eyed and put it under my eye, which is usually what keeps my allergies going, which is nice. And then I'm going to take a skinnier little flat brush and go into maybe Fine China mixed with Dabba D to create like that top colour, just to deepen things up a little bit. I like that. Let me go back into that glitter shade and just sprinkle it some more on top. So now that we've done this, I'm gonna do mascara. So all the mascaras were out of stock, even like the coloured ones, which is good because I have a lot of mascaras to get through. A lot of them are opened. I like with blue eyeshadow to have pretty dark eyelashes because it creates even more depth without having to make your eyeshadow darker. You can just make your eyelashes do some of the work, which is why people say that like a look isn't complete until you put false lashes on, which I rarely wear false lashes considering how red my eyes get with just eyeshadow alone. So I think I'd die if I wore false lashes as much as some people do. I can, like, after one time of using eyelashes, I'm like, oh, I'm done for a month. Thank you, that was fun. Which is why I'm kind of glad I have longer lashes, because as long as I have like a good mascara, I can basically get away with not using lashes and still getting that depth. I love piling mascara on the outer edges, like the outer corners of my eyelashes, because, oh, I have a piece of glitter, yeah, because it feathers out your eyes some more and it creates like wispy lashes. So I kind of create that volume on the outer edge and that length, and it kind of creates like an eyeliner look. And I recommend, you know, blinking while you're applying the mascara on the outer edge. It will help to get less messy, mainly if you have longer eyelashes. I'm gonna have to put eye drops into my eyes, so I'm not sure why I'm putting so much effort into my mascara when it's all gonna come off. I think what does it with blue eyeshadow is bottom mascara. Like that really just finishes things off with the depth. I just touched my skin. That's really fun. So here's my blue eyeshadow. There's like zero fallout. There's some kids screaming outside. Please stop. I love this glitter. It like shines almost like blue, translucent. It's got like a vibe to it. So I've got the lip crayon from Colourpop. It's called Just a Tint, and this is in the shade Gimme Small, which is like give me some more. I already kind of scraped it while I was taking it out. It's like right here, because I was trying to show it to my mom, and you know, why are there always so many kids outside my house? Like, this isn't a nursery. Oh, it's like super slippy. I love that. And they smell incredible. I love these kind of lip shades with blue eyeshadow. Oh my God, I am in love with this. The only thing is it's kind of difficult to put the cap on without destroying your crayon, but this is such a, oh my God, this is one of my new favorite lip products. I'm in love. And I also have the Luxe lip oil in the shade Skinny Dip. It's from the Well Nothing collection, and it just looks like this. I kind of want to try it out. Even though this is glossy enough, I want to add more gloss. Okay, it's not doing much because it's already super glossy, but it's super thin and it is kind of like a lip oil. Wow, that just neutralized it some more. I'm in love with these lip products. What else do I have to try? Is that it? There is zero fallout under my eyes, which is incredible for blue eyeshadow. But anyway, I'm in love with this look. Look at that. Things just blended out super well. I'm honestly in love with the Blue Moon palette. It's so stunning. I want to work more with the Inner Trance palette to kind of do more of that pinky, purpley, bluey vibe. But I want to use that putty shade in the inner corner. So this is the flat brush that I used for blue, but I wiped it off. And I'm picking up some of that putty shade. I'm putting it in the inner corner. Let me pick up some more. Like, don't be shy, put some more. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful blue reflex. You can't even tell on camera, but it's super like neon-y almost. Okay, I am in love. Let me take some more of this and put it on the brow bone just to tie in the whole blue aesthetic. Wow, that's stunning. Okay, so now that we're done, I just want to say I love everything. Let me just go over everything that I have. Primer and the foundation, incredible. I mean, I don't know how long these last, and I'm probably not going to try these on for long because it's already 7 p.m. But this, a little bit too light for me, but now that I've bronzed, it's perfect. So I'm actually glad I got this shade. And then this feels super hydrating, super nice. It feels a little bit tacky, but not in like a bad way, in more just like a natural way. The blush, so stunning. Like, look at that, it blended so well. I love the highlight. It looks incredible, super shiny, super beautiful. What else did I use? The brow pencil has become quickly one of my faves. I didn't put brow gel on. I kind of like to do brow gel after eyeshadow because then that just kind of clarifies the eyebrows. The eyeshadow palettes, absolutely stunning. I can't believe I've been sleeping on Colourpop all this time. These are beautiful. I love the glitter. I know some people are kind of iffy about glitter. I know you can go blind, but for this, beautiful. I have so many of them that I will just be trying them out as I go. These lip products have quickly become some of my faves. This one is incredible. It's super glossy. It basically just looks like a lip gloss on your lips. And then this lip oil added that like nice sheen and shine. I love the combo, and they smell, well, they taste delicious. And that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos just whenever I think of something to do. So hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links, main channel, and affiliate links in description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.